What's up? What's up? What's up, yo? What's up? How y'all doing? I don't know if y'all heard the news. Diddy is he's not a free man. He's not a free man yet, but he's he's only been found of two charges, and I believe one of them was sex trafficking, and one of the other ones for prostitution or prostitution. The other charges, the other serious charges, were dropped. So again, this ain't my video, just me reacting to it. So, but like, share, subscribe, and also I got a Twitch channel called H Metayer 95 H Metayer 95 Metayer. Y'all go, if you got any Twitch, go follow me, please. I'll be over there playing video game, doing the same thing I'm doing here, but just a little more. I'm gonna try to go a little more depth with things, because so far I'm not dealing with Twitch with the copyright. With YouTube, there's so much copyright and so much that you can go, you can do, but with Twitch you can do a lot more other things that I want to do that I can't really do on YouTube. So y'all follow me, man, please, and share, subscribe, and like. God love, God bless.
You're legendary for the parties that you throw. Mm-hmm. You throw a great party.
I'm a legend, baby, for a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah. Women, beautiful women, of course. Beautiful men for the ladies, of course. We need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right.
We need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
This is all breaking in. We're dealing with rolling thunder out here. So I'm seeing Diddy has been found guilty on 2 counts.
He's a 55-year-old man sitting in a courtroom at 500 Pearl Street, inside of Lower Manhattan.
So this is what he was being charged for. Count 1, racketeer conspiracy. Count 2, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Count 3, transportation to engage in prostitution. Count 4, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Count 5, transportation to engage in prostitution. These were the list of crimes that he was supposedly be convicted for, but he only was convicted of 2. And I believe it was sex trafficking. I don't know if it was count 2. But it was one of them. Maybe I think it was 4. I think it was 4 and 5. Yeah, he was convicted. Yeah, he was convicted 4 and 5, and the other ones were dropped. The other 3, were dropped.
Courthouse, waiting to see if he will die in prison.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090J, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Diddy being found guilty, but not all the way. July 2nd, 2025, at 9:52 in the morning, the jury in one of hip-hop's biggest cases reached a verdict on all counts regarding whether or not Diddy did it. The hip-hop mogul would receive a small victory in court days prior when the prosecutors dropped his attempted kidnapping and arson charge. But Diddy still faced 5 counts. Racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. If found guilty of the most serious charges, he could face life in federal prison. But Diddy just did the damn impossible. For the racketeering conspiracy, Diddy was found.
I don't think he did the impossible. I think it was. I think this was set up for him just to. I think this was set up for a reason, Diddy do got money for lawyers, and but I already believe that he wasn't gonna be doing jail time like that. Like I'm saying, I still don't believe he's gonna be doing jail time. I think he's probably gonna end up doing like house arrest or something like that. I don't think he's gonna end up doing jail time. Now, do I believe his reputation, his face card, whatever, do I believe that is ruined? Yes, I believe it's ruined. I don't believe big businesses are gonna want to work, are gonna do business with him. You understand? I don't believe big businesses are gonna want to do business with him. Now, there are certain people that might still rock with him in the music part, but him having like commercial deals and him with the Ciroc and all that stuff, I think those things just drop. Because again, I think those things are going to I believe those people are going to go the other way, because you once we all seen what he did to Ventura. We all seen the video of him stumping her out and all that stuff. That already is a bad repetition. That already kind of mess up your face. And then you was supposedly, allegedly, was also being accused of raping young females and all the other stuff. So even though he was not found guilty of those things, still it mess up your face. You know, it mess up your face because I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say there was this guy who was let's say there was this dude who was saying, hey, this guy here is a child molester, right? But the guy go to court and they find out, yo, he's not a child molester. But over the years, he was being called a child molester. He was being put out there as a child molester. Find out that he wasn't a child molester. Now, his face card is ruined, because his name is ruined, because now who's gonna want to hang out with a guy? Now, not say who's gonna want to hang out with him. It's gonna be hard for any parents to trust him, because people was calling you a child molester, even though you didn't do it. It's still got this thing tag on you. It's still tag on you that you was supposedly a child molester. You understand? Supposedly a child molester. Oh no, y'all can't see the hand. Can y'all see the hand, guys? Lee, supposedly a child molester. But you understand.
Found not guilty. For 2 counts of sex trafficking, Diddy was found not guilty. And for 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, Diddy was found guilty. For those that don't understand how seemingly impossible this was, Diddy damn near just beat the feds. While he isn't 100% innocent, Diddy could have just received up to a life sentence in federal prison, and now only faces up to 10 years. Meaning it isn't even guaranteed he gets anywhere close to that. Diddy could walk with 3 years, 5 years, federal supervision, which is basically probation. We don't know which way this case will go, but we know this isn't the end for Diddy. And if anything, this is a prime example of how powerful people,
I think I said house arrest, but I mean probation, yeah.
Still remain powerful in a federal courtroom. Diddy's lawyers were able to convince the jury that he was innocent of the most serious charges, while prosecutors knew they had to drop 2 other serious charges in the hopes that one of them would stick. In the end, we've all learned that Diddy is by far one of the freakiest men in hip-hop. But at the same time, Diddy wasn't found guilty of the many things he was accused of in the lawsuit by his former employee. When it comes to drugging drinks, forcing people into things they didn't want to do, unlawfully recording freaky activity, it sounds more so the ones that have stood against Diddy did so for a Cassie payout, which we found out during the trial was worth $20 million. Now, Diddy was not found guilty of...
Yeah, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of stuff that was like, yo, people just coming up and just saying things because they figure, yo, I can get some money off this guy. So there were a lot of stuff that were kind of like, that don't make any sense, you know. There was some stuff that people were like, you could say that, hey, that don't make any sense. You understand? So I do agree with that part. There was some stuff where people were just trying to get money off him.
Trafficking Cassie or another ex-girlfriend of his, but he was found guilty of transporting them for prostitution. And even that is a toss-up, because the line between spoiling a grown woman and hooking up with her becomes blurred apparently if you fly them out or fly with them. Now, this is all breaking news, so Diddy's sentencing date has not been set at the time of me recording this video.
This is both a dashcam and an intelligent anti-theft system.
This is all breaking news, so Diddy's sentencing date has not been set at the time of me recording this video, but it will come, and I will be making an update for y'all. Now, this is major. This is actually bad for a lot of people, because when Diddy got indicted, everyone assumed he was done. You're hearing RICO, you're hearing trafficking. These are big things. These are like mafia words. words. You know what I mean? This is like 20 to life type vocabulary right here, right? So everybody immediately turned against Diddy. Everyone that was at the parties, everyone that was hanging out with him, the rappers, the models, the actors, the actresses, everybody went away. And now I guarantee you everybody's stomach is turning. Because this is the thing, for however long Diddy's been locked up, he's gonna get time served for that. Then he'll get his sentence. And if his sentence with the time served is reduced to a point that he can go to a halfway house on federal supervision, etc.
I mean, hold up. The man only been serving jail time for 2 years? I think it was 2-3 years. So if they give him 10 years, example, if they give him 10 years, he might only end up doing what? Let's say he did 2 years in jail, right? I think that's what he did. I think he did 2 years in jail, 2 years in prison, not jail, 2 years in prison. Let's say they give him 10 years. You add 10 from the 2. He's only going to be doing, what, 8 years? So, yeah.
Diddy will basically be home. You know what I mean? And,
I'm not saying that he's going to do 10 years. I don't believe he's going to do 10 years. I don't even believe he's even going to end up doing... I don't believe he's going to do any... I think he's going to end up doing probation, to be honest with you. I say probation. Sorry, probation. That's what I mean, yeah.
people that turn their back on him are now going to be enemies of his. And I'm not saying enemies in the sense that he's going to, try to kidnap them or blow their cars up, but the simple fact that if Diddy returns home to a position of power in hip-hop and in the industry,
this is where I'm wrong with this guy Jake at. I don't believe Diddy's going to return back home with power in position. I don't believe that. Yeah, does he still have his money with him? Yeah, he do. But like I said before, his face card is ruined. His name is ruined. His reputation is ruined. He is known now as a man who beat up women. You seen the video of him stumping out Cassie. So nobody's gonna want to work with him like that. Don't get me wrong, there are some still desperate people that still gonna want to see, that still want to be around him. It's people who have no morals, no respect for themselves, that still gonna want to hang around him. Yeah, but people, big businesses, commercials, he's not gonna have those things no more. That's what at least I believe, because they're not gonna want to put their money on a guy that is known for being woman and allegedly was raping young girls. Allegedly, even though he was not finding those things, even though those things were possibly not true, maybe not true, still it's a stigma that's stuck into you, and it's a stigma that's gonna be hard to take out somebody, to be removed out somebody's brain. So I don't believe Diddy is gonna go home with. I don't believe when he goes back into this Hollywood industry, I don't believe he's gonna be welcome with a happy arms, with surround arms. Maybe his sons and daughters are gonna be happy to see him, but other people are gonna want to stay away from him. Definitely people like Jay-Z and all them, they're gonna want to stay away from him. And so yeah. So no, I don't believe. I disagree with Jake on that part.
he's gonna be able to do a whole lot of shit to fuck people up.
No,
He'll be able to pull strings on who gets invited here, who gets to perform there, who's getting signed.
I don't believe so. I don't believe he's gonna have that power no more. I don't believe he's gonna have a power where he's gonna be, oh yeah, you can do this. If he still have that power, he's gonna have it behind closed door. It's not gonna be where it's gonna be face to face. I just don't believe he's gonna have that. He's gonna have that power no more. Because the fan made him rich. What fans gonna still want to listen? I haven't listened to any Diddy's music because of that. I haven't really seen anything about him because of that. So what's really going to, I mean, the fan made him a little rich, but still, nobody's really gonna want to like. I believe Diddy is not gonna be a mogul as he was before he went to prison. I think it's a wrap for him.
Who's getting fired? This is a big thing. We're talking about what, a billionaire? Like, Diddy ain't no small fucking person. This is a hip-hop icon, a mogul, somebody that's been there from the beginning with the biggest artists, involved in the craziest shit, dated the most beautiful women, threw the craziest parties, has dirt on every fucking body. And now it's like, yeah, I'm back. You know, he comes home and whatever dirt the feds didn't have, he got. And it's like, I'm back. Yeah. Oh, y'all were laughing at me on Instagram. Y'all were tweeting about me on Twitter. All right, bet. Here's this video. Here's that picture. Oh, you don't remember you were here? Like, Diddy still has a lot of power over a lot of people. And, obviously,
I can agree with that part. I mean, he probably still got pictures and videos of other people that he could put out. I would agree on that part. He probably do. He probably do, because I believe it wasn't his daddy, FBI or something, like a what people call a snitch. So he probably do have those. Maybe he do have pictures of people, pictures of high people doing this, doing that. You know, I was watching a movie called Heidi Fliss. Y'all should go Google her up. Her name is Heidi Fliss. She was a escort, and she was having sex with the biggest people, like politicians, and and she was arrested because of that, because she became a madam, meaning that she was selling other women to other powerful people. So P Diddy's something like that in a way, and he probably do got pictures of people having sex with this person, having sex with that person. So he still have like a little bit of pull on the way where he can still put fear into you to make you do what he wants you to do. But after that, like I said, I believe the business part of him having deals with big other major company, I don't think they're gonna want to. I don't think they're gonna want to work with him. I just don't believe they're gonna want to work with him.
see, when we heard all the accusations, nobody's gonna side with somebody that has accusations like that. You know what I mean? But after he's been found guilty, what he got found guilty of, I'm still like confused about, right? Transporting.
I'm not confused because I'm not confused about it because everything is like a setup. You know, I don't believe half the things that he did he really did them. I think it was a setup where it's like a, how can I say this, like a WWE script. It's like, yo, we're gonna put this out there and we're trying to dumb down the people or get them to stay focused on this while we politics do other things. That's what I believe that's what I believe happened. I don't believe he really did these things. I don't believe he did these things. I believe he did some of these things. I believe he did, but I don't believe he really, like, I think it was more like, yo, we're gonna use him for right now to not bring down, but to just not confuse, but to just, hey, watch him for right now while other big things is happening, why other things are happening, why politicians and other things are going down. That's what I believe would happen. That's what I believe happened. So that's why I believe that most of those charges were dropped. You know?
For prostitution, if you fly a girl from LA to Miami and you take her to the Louis store, you take her to Dior, you take her to whatever restaurant you want to go to down there, you're spending money on her. You know? What if you give her cash? You just flat out give her cash, or you sell her, and you end up hooking up with her. Is that transportation for prostitution? Like, I don't know. I don't see Diddy pulling up with the fur.
I mean, the law is if this is what I've learned when I was watching YouTube. I was watching some channel. I think it was Art of Dialogue, and bro was talking to Chopper. And if I live in Miami, and I transport a lady from, let's just say, Chicago to come to Miami, that is sex traffic. You just sex traffic. That's what I learned. It is sex traffic. Because now you transported her from Chicago to Miami. That is sex trafficking. That's what I've learned when I was watching the Art of Dialogue. Even though it's not really a criminal show, but that's how the guy explained it.
fucking, you know, like on some pimp shit. Like, yeah, here's Cassie. I don't know. I mean, we found out a lot of things about Cassie in the trial. Her husband, a lot of women are praising him for accepting her. If I was him, I don't think I'd be here. Like, the shit that he had to sit there and listen to. But I guess if your girl's getting $20 million and you get to enjoy that, but it couldn't be me. But like I said, sentencing will come. And we'll find out the totality of this trial. You know, it's a possibility he gets hit with like 8 years. He gets hit with 7 years. And yeah, that's damaging. Especially due to the fact that he's what, like 55?
He's 55. Yeah, listen to me, y'all. Y'all who's watching this video, P. Diddy is not going to jail. He already did his 2 years. He's not going to jail. He's probably going to be at home with a, what do they call it? What they call it, a wrist, whatever they call it, the thing that they put on your foot. He's probably going to be in jail for. He's probably going to end up being he's probably going to be in house arrest, probation. He's not. I don't believe he's going to go to. I don't think he's going to do any more time. This. Trust me, P. Diddy is not doing any more time. They're done with him. They used him for what they used him for. They're now going to move on to other things. He's probably going to be in house arrest, and he might not even. They might say, hey, we're going to give you 5 years in house arrest, and he might not even do 5 years. He might just do 2 years. It just this whole thing was just a way for people to watch the media and why the politicians and stuff go down. And why they blind us, and why they how can I say this? Why they kind of blind us onto other things, and they let us watch what was happening with the whole things the whole thing with P. Diddy. But I don't believe P. Diddy's gonna do any more years in prison. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. He's not gonna do any more. P. Diddy already did 2 years, I believe. I believe he did 2 years already in prison. He's not gonna do 8 years. He's not gonna do it. They probably could just give him a house arrest or give him probation. He's not probation. He's not going to do any more time. Trust me.
You know, like, the thing is, prison time gets a lot more serious the older you get. Because you don't have many years to just waste, you know, and you only have so many resources inside of prison to maintain health. But I just have a feeling that it's not going to be bad. And I could be wrong. I'll stand on that if I am, but I have a feeling.
Yeah, I'll stand on that too. I'll stand on that if I'm wrong, but I don't believe it's gonna be. I don't believe P. Diddy's gonna get any more time in prison. Like, I don't believe it. I think he's only gonna end up getting probably probation. I keep saying probation. Whatever it is, probation. He might get a monitor in his foot, house arrest, something like that. Something light. I don't think he's going to get... Like I said again, I think they are done with him. I think they're going to move on to other things. Whoever they are, I don't know. But I think they're done with him. I think they're going to move on to other things.
That after the major victory he got today, yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised. And I think Diddy's going to come home a lot sooner than people think.
I agree.
But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's
Hey, man.
1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Hey, your boys go follow him, man. His name 1090J. Y'all go follow him. But yeah, I don't believe P. Diddy is going to do any more time. I think he did his time. I think he did his 2 years. They're done with him. They used him for what they used him for. They're done with him. They're gonna move on to other things, to other projects, to other people, and yeah. He's finished. He's finished. I don't believe he's gonna do any more years. I don't believe he's gonna do 8 years. I don't believe he's gonna do 7 years. I don't believe he's gonna do 3 years. He's done. He's done. They're gonna move on to other things. And the only thing I feel like he might get is maybe probation, house arrest, something like that. That's what I believe. I could be wrong. I'll stand on it. I'll make another video about it, but I doubt it. But yeah, y'all go subscribe to me, y'all share, like, subscribe. Also, I got a Twitch. Follow me on Twitch Metayer Metayer 95. I'll be over there, mostly playing games and still doing the same video, but doing a lot more things and going live a lot more. I usually go live around like Monday, Tuesday, God willing, on like sorry y'all, nighttime. Usually at nighttime. So yeah, man. Y'all follow me, man. Y'all follow me. God love. Oh my gosh. God love. God bless y'all.